Intermittent fasting is going to get your waist nice and small and you're going to look great. But how do you make it even better? Make it so that your shoulders are capped out and create an even bigger illusion of the shoulder to waist ratio. So what I want to show you today is ways that you can beef up your shoulders without looking like a total monster, but more importantly, without destroying your rotator cuff. Nothing's going to take you out of the game faster than blowing up your rotator cuff, doing something silly in a shoulder press machine, or forcing yourself into an uncomfortable movement with a barbell when you're not experienced. I'm Delauer, the lead trainer and lead nutritionist over at SixPackAbs.com and creator of the world-renowned science-based six-pack intermittent fasting program, which is down below in the description. So let's get straight to it. I'm going to show you 3 moves that I want you to incorporate into your shoulder workout whenever you're fatigued. Now, you can use all 3 of these movements as their own standalone workout with all 3 together, or you can add one of these movements into your existing shoulder workout as a powerful, powerful finisher to completely redefine, no pun intended, your delts. Okay, so what I've got here is I've just taken a traditional fixed barbell, okay, a 45-pound barbell, and I've added some plates, 25-pound plates on the end, tucked it under a dumbbell. Now, this is my own private studio at a typical gym. You might find they have those little inserts that you can stick the barbell into and you're good to go on the ground. But the whole idea behind doing this is to take the pressure off the rotator cuff. So I'm gonna go from my knees to do it. I learned this movement back when I was training a couple of minor league pitchers, and their coaches had them do this movement because it specifically saves the rotator cuff while allowing them to get the contractile strength they need to throw a fastball. So what you're gonna do is take with your elbow nice and close, you're not gonna let it flare out, and you're just doing a simple press. Just like this. Keep the elbow tucked in, pressing it up and down. So what this does is it allows you to get that peak contraction without having to stabilize and use the rotator cuff. You're pushing with the shoulder through its natural plane of motion, okay? Now you can do the same kind of thing with the left side, but you can also do another movement where you hold with both ends and you come over from side to side. That one looks a little bit more like this. Come up and then rotate down. Come up, rotate down. Come up and rotate down. So you're alternating where you're pressing. Right side, left side. Right side, left side. So when you alternate the movement like that, it's a little bit more of a core movement too. Obviously, you're switching from side to side. So that's something you might want to incorporate in more of a HIIT workout, or maybe something that's a little bit more of a full body machine workout. So let's talk about the next one I want you to do. This is one I've described in other videos before, but I like this one because of the core activation. Simply using a kettlebell, you don't have to go heavy, we're going to do a single arm kettlebell press. Now when we go and we get on our knee like this, we want to make sure that we are pushing with the opposite arm of whatever leg is forward. This way, you're not gonna flop over to the side, you're not gonna put stress on the obliques. So here's what's important. Do not let yourself rotate in too much unless your shoulders are strong enough. Otherwise, I just want you to do this. So I'm not doing any kind of rotation forward, not doing an Arnold press. I'm just keeping it nice and clean, nice and simple. This really activates the shoulder. When you're in this position, you have no choice but to recruit all the fibers of your shoulders. So basically you're recruiting your front delt, your medial delt, and your rear delt with this movement. So it's pretty complete. Now, the benefit is, normally when you're doing a shoulder press, you're having to have this scapular retraction. You're having your scapula retract on itself, which makes it hard for you to get your hands overhead. If you're a bigger person in general, whether you're super muscular or not, getting into this position and up over your head without your shoulder blades hitting each other is really, really difficult. And if you still have a little bit of love to lose, then you end up finding that the extra body tissue ends up getting in the way of your scapula retracting, and it's hard to get your elbows back. So it makes it really hard to do a shoulder press with even dumbbells or a barbell. This single arm movement makes it a lot easier. So simple movement, pressing up, and you can see I have to use the other arm to balance a little bit. It definitely incorporates some awesome core into it. You can go as heavy or as light as you need to, or as much as your core will allow. Very simple movement. The last one is one that you can do anywhere. This is one I recommend you do no matter what, whether you're at the office, whether you're at home, whether you're at the gym, whether you're doing it as a warm-up or a cool down. And you're gonna laugh at how simple it is. Both hands facing down, palms down, okay? Find a grip that's comfortable for you, that's gonna allow you to have enough resistance to where when your arms are fully extended at your sides, you're getting a good contraction on your rear delt. So it looks like this. Literally stretching out and coming back in. Stretching out and coming back in. And if we get a look at the rear delt, take a look at the back of my shoulder and how it engages here. It's such a simple movement, but it's that right activation that's exactly what we're looking for. So we want to trigger that rear part of the shoulder. Now, once you get that development to the rear part of your shoulder, your entire structure of your shoulder changes. Okay, that rear deltoid is only about the size of a golf ball in an average sized man. So what does that mean? Well, what it means is that that little golf ball sized muscle sits underneath your medial delt. So it looks kind of like this. Your medial delt's capped off right here, the edge of your shoulder, but this little rear delt tucks underneath it. So when that gets bigger, it pushes that out. So you create the illusion by having your medial delt stick out further, even though it's really not full of extra bulk. So you're not having to put on a ton of weight, you're not having to build a ton of muscle. You're using physics to your advantage to get that muscle to pop out, but giving yourself a well-rounded shoulder look. So again, if we look on the other side, you can really see the development of that rear delt. So there's the rear delt right there. Now look at it engage. Try to keep the arms as straight as you can. And bingo. Now, if you want a quick workout that you can do at home with this, here's what I would recommend. Go through this circuit, go ahead and do each of these movements once. So you're gonna go ahead and do 10 to 12 reps on each side with the barbell, then go straight into the kettlebells, do 10 reps on each side, and then burn these out to failure. I don't care what resistance band weight you use, what kind of resistance, just burn them out to failure, okay? Then you can go through again, go through 3 times. And if you wanna add a little cardio movement in between, once you finish these, a good one to do might be something like a medicine ball squat, where you're holding a medicine ball and tossing it up in between. That way you're getting a little bit of aerobic capacity workout too, and you're pushing the limits there. But this is a way that you can save your shoulders. So stop refraining from hitting your shoulders because you're worried you're gonna bust up your rotator cuff. These are some surefire ways that you can get in the gym, get the most out of your time under tension workout, and keep able-bodied for a long, long time. As always, keep it locked in here at SixPackAbs.com. I'm Delauer, and I'll see you soon.